Rappers reveal Lil Durk is being released from jail due to his lawyer's sneaky tactics. A viral tweet read, "Durk's lawyer just submitted the sneakiest bond proposal I've ever seen. We're actually about to see him released before GTA 6. As the famous rap lawyer known as Lawyers for Workers ended up sharing this on Instagram.
In the Lil Durk case, his lawyer Drew Findling not giving up on the application for a bond. Now, they were denied last week by a magistrate judge. In federal court, you have a magistrate judge and a district judge. The district judge is on top of the magistrate judge. So if the magistrate judge denies you, you can ask the district judge to take a look at it. That's what his lawyers are doing here. I think this is a good decision because, quite frankly, in front of the magistrate judge who denied Lil Durk, Drew Findling could have pulled a rabbit out of a hat and that magistrate judge would have remanded the rabbit. You have to consider the fact, and I hope the district judge will, that this case, as pled several months ago, has been significantly watered down in terms of how it's being pled against Durk, where you used to have an allegation that we, the government, are going to prove to you exactly who he paid the bounty to. Now the government's saying, oh, we're not going to be able to do that.
As mentioned by Mo, the fill-in judge denied Durk instantly. This is due to his case being a flat-out murder for hire. But due to this, it was announced Lil Durk gets another chance at freedom after a new judge approved a June 2nd court hearing to review his third bail offer, now at $2.7 million, as Durk was able to secure another bond hearing, but this time with the main judge. But it's what happened on his last hearing which will help him get released this time.
Update on Lil Durk. He had his bond hearing today. He looked good. He looked like he was in good spirits. No crazy weight gain or anything like that. He looked good. The judge was on the same vibes she was on last time, which is that, wait, they're saying murder for hire. They're saying you put bounties up. They're saying you ordered. They're saying the I'm saying that's going to be no bond. There's basically no argument you can make to this judge in a murder for hire case to get a bond. Is that the prosecution's case has taken two major hits. One, the prosecution has had to abandon their allegation that he rapped and celebrated about this murder, that he put these lyrics out talking about, oh yeah, I got you, you out here screaming no, no, crying in the street. Prosecution had to back away from that allegation. It was proven false. They need that allegation.
As what will have him released is the prosecutors tearing down their own evidence against Lil Durk. They're weakening their own case on purpose just to make sure that Lil Durk doesn't receive a bond.
The other allegation they backed away from, which is huge, it shows the weakening of the case. Previously, the prosecution had alleged that Durk paid the bounty for the through one of his co-defendants, and they named the co-defendant. Now they've backed off that allegation. They're not actually saying that Durk paid the bounty through the co-defendant or anyone else. And the fact that they're not saying that suggests that previously they thought they were going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy, and now they know we're not going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy.
As he mentioned, the case is getting weaker for the prosecutors, who can no longer use Durk's lyrics anymore. Due to this, Durk's own lawyer called the entire charge a joke. The feds only had lyric evidence against Durk, but now they're not even using it.
The case is as follows. So there was an indictment that did not name him, right? It named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was what's called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, Act. The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact. And that was, it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this.
Knowing there is very little evidence against Lil Durk, Drew would even ask around the rap industry about these songs that the feds wanted to use. He then quickly realized these rap songs are very old and shouldn't even be used against them, as they can use this as leverage to show the judge the prosecutors are scrambling for evidence and they don't even know what they're doing.
We got the indictment, we noticed, and we started hearing from people in the music world. People are like, this doesn't really make sense. That song, those lyrics were done a long time before that. I mean, we were hearing it from all different directions. We were hearing it from studio people. We were hearing it from people that wear suits to work every day, executives.
Exactly. Yep.
And so we were like, we got to get to work here. We got to figure this out.
Due to all of this, Durk's lawyer would then mention they want to go the distance. But with the new charges, it could be a terrible idea. It was announced on Thursday, a California grand jury indicted Lil Durk. The rapper now faces a new charge of stalking resulting in death in connection with the passing of Quando's cousin in August 2022. But this wouldn't seem to faze Durk's lawyer at all. He would even go on to mention if there was a plea deal being entertained, they are not going to accept it.
You know, likelihood of a plea. I think a lot of people have seen like this seems like it's a do or die thing. This is kind of like it's going to be like a 1 or 0 type of situation. You're either are or you're not. Is Durk, from your understanding, or you as a lawyer right now, as his criminal attorney, are you open to possible conversations about plea deals? Are you thinking, no, we're going all the way? Would you entertain it, just entertain it, because that's your job to listen to it and maybe present it to Durk, or that's just off the table?
It's a conspiracy commitment case. It's an all or nothing case, and he did not participate in a conspiracy to commit. And so there is no alternative. It's a life sentence, potential life sentence. So this case is going to go to 12 people.
They're going to be going all the way for one specific reason. Durk's lawyers are keeping this in their back pocket to end up winning the case in the end, but I'm about to share it with you, explaining that all Lil Durk does online, whether it's in music, interviews, or tweeting, it's all an expression of his First Amendment right.
There's a First Amendment argument here, right? That this violates the First Amendment. Can you talk about that?
Right, for sure. I mean, I'm expressing myself. I can say the things that I want to say in a rap record or any kind of record. And you could go back and there's country records and there are pop records and there are R&B records that talk about all kinds of things. It's just that there's this notion that with hip hop, quote, glorifying violence, that suddenly now we're going to use these things to prosecute them. But does that mean that the free speech, the First Amendment has gone away? No, absolutely not. He can absolutely rap about what he wants to rap about, and that doesn't mean just because the story is violent.
As this looks so good for Durk that lawyers online are even commenting, saying he's going to be released from jail just like Young Thug was.
We've seen it happen quite a bit. I don't know that I'd say it's been persuasive. I think the biggest example we look at is Young Thug down in Atlanta. They took a lot of his lyrics, and even though technically speaking, ultimately they got a conviction, he actually walked out on time served. Most of the people that were prosecuted didn't end up being convicted, and I don't think anybody would call that prosecution a successful prosecution. And so, you've got freedom of speech issues. Does it mean that just because I'm saying something in a rap song, it typically is a rap song, does that mean that I actually did something? And this is an extra interesting twist here because Lil Durk's attorney is saying, well, this song was actually released months before.
As he also went on to explain how the prosecutors just don't understand rap culture. This has happened in many rap cases. It even happened to Young Thug, and all Lil Durk's lawyers need to do is go through the First Amendment right and the case will be over.
Yeah, and I'll go out on a limb and say that sometimes prosecutors don't necessarily understand hip hop culture. It's almost like a text without context. So you got to really understand the time, the place, the audience. Sometimes they might speak in ways that seem direct to somebody that's outside of the culture, but doesn't necessarily, but can mean several things to someone inside the culture. So it would certainly be a flub, big time, right? But it wouldn't be the first time that such a thing has happened where somebody looking through the window, particularly of hip hop culture, doesn't understand what's being said other than their desired use of it.
However, when you investigate further into the new Lil Durk charge, it does start to get very scary. They were able to drop some of the biggest coincidence evidences of all time. Durk literally rapped in a song, "Look on the news and see your son screaming no, no," where Quando was literally seen on the news screaming no.
Right now, the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
If they were able to drop this evidence, it makes you wonder how much evidence they truly have. Well, after investigating the court files, I found everything. One update many forgot reads, over 230 gigs of digital evidence, which includes audio and video recordings and surveillance footage, as well as 20,000 pages of reports are being processed for discovery. This comes from a snitch within the OTF camp, allegedly known as Jam. A court update read, the feds believe that Lil Durk paid to get these two people dealt with. Number 1, Stephon Mack, who got Lil Durk's brother D-Thang. Number 2, OTF Jam's baby mom, who passed away after Jam wore a wire around Durk. Feds believe OTF Jam is the key to putting Durk in jail for all 3 crimes. As not only is Lil Durk going to be getting targeted for the passing of Lil Pab, but Durk is also in the evidence files for 2 other Chicago murders. As OTF Jam's baby mom sadly passed away after Lil Durk noticed that he was wearing a wire during an Instagram live, where Jam is seen holding the top of his jacket, whispering in it.
I ain't gonna lie, my whole dream changed. I ain't gonna lie, like back in the day. Oh, my. Give me the check on your man. I heard you got his head. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I never having a dare. Architect. Having a who? I'm having a dare.
However, months before being in jail, Lil Durk knew that Jam was acting strange. It was announced Lil Durk has been playing 3D chess the entire time. He knew Jam was going to cooperate.
I see shit from a mile away.
I don't think people realize that.
I can have a conversation with you for 5 seconds and know your way is gonna cooperate.
As Durk would then later speak further on it, saying he doesn't even allow his friends to know where he lives. He gives no information to anyone. You can tell he's sad knowing Jam snitched.
Nobody is ever allowed to my house. It be my best friend never been to my house.
For real?
I promise.
Your best friend?
I promise. Like, it's people like that I just don't allow around my girl and my kids. Cause it's like, I'm just a different type. I'm not the, we're gonna have family night at Durk house tonight. It's the, you gotta watch,
everybody at Durk's crib.
Yeah, we gotta, everybody getting watched. We gotta watch everybody. Hey, they go too close to them kids. You know what to do. Like, that's how I play. Like, I don't play.
As a reminder, Jam is the same man that Durk gave $50,000 to during this Instagram live. But I want you to pay attention to the people in the background of the Instagram live, as it's very important.
You know what's name, bro? Steady crying, huh? He's steady crying. Feed him. Feed him. Get in the milk, bro. Get in the milk so baby mama get the tricking, bro.
You see that?
Feed
for my baby.
That's
really how y'all hold y'all babies, ain't it? I gotta hold my money like this. This too much. Crazy though. Sitting up there doing all this, sneak this and the internet games and all this. Up some money, do something. Like, we winning, bro. I can do whatever it is I want to do, I can do it. Just buy what I want, do what I want. Y'all can't do that, bro. Goof
bro got out what?
You know that
how many you did it all?
How many years I did it now?
Yeah, that's your last bit. 12?
12.
That boy popped out 12 years.
Yeah.
So much money. We really was just getting in order to just figure out the lanes, man, boy.
The feds investigated those in the background of the IG Live. They noticed these are the same men that were jewelry shopping with King Von, and they were the same men that went out to Los Angeles to commit the crime for Durk.
Solitary stone.
We just looked at him.
Let's go over there. What up, bro? Boss, you good? My boy. Let's go.
They got real in here, man, because he just stepped in. The money man just stepped in.
Due to this, Lil Durk's name is now in a file for the passing of OTF Jam's baby mom, but he's also in the same file for the murder of Stephon Mack. It started with this Instagram story that reads, for D-Thang, aha. This was posted 30 minutes after Stephon Mack passed away, alongside this Instagram story where Lil Durk is laughing the following day.
You can't see other shit. What? Tweaking my folks. Hey, somebody always said it's a laugh car. Yeah. Somebody always said it's laugh car.
However, this isn't the only snitch against Lil Durk, as the case begins to get very scary when realizing what is about to happen. The news wrote, prosecutors delayed Durk's chance of being released on bond to gather last-minute evidence against him for the next hearing. Chatter of a new snitch is going around the courtroom. This happened during his second bail hearing, where he was denied, but this is likely due to the arrest of Brick Baby. Just 1 week before Lil Durk's bail hearing, it was announced Big U, Brick Baby, Loose Cannon, and others were all arrested in a rolling 60s gang takedown. It was shared, lawyers and sources believe that Brick Baby, who was arrested in the latest gang takedown, will snitch on OTF rapper Lil Durk. The timings of both arrests make lawyers believe the feds will force Brick Baby to give everything up on Durk, as the feds originally targeted Lil Durk for murder for hire because of Brick Baby. What you didn't know is 3 years ago, Brick Baby did a live stream saying you can't say Durk never slid for Vaughn because they got Lil Pab. Once Lil Durk was arrested, Brick Baby just so happened to be live streaming where the producer of the stream would throw up Brick Baby's old interview, making it extremely awkward in the room as it literally looked like he drew the federal attention to Durk's name.
But was this an attempted hit or
well, they can't say that no more.
Then they put you as
Why?
God.
Like, he died. You can't say that no more.
Oh, because of FBG Cash? Oh, who?
Federal charges in California.
Nah, because Lil Pab.
So this is about the...
Oh! What's that?
But I'm just saying, they just say you can't say that no more.
But did you know Brick Baby also did something even worse? The feds brought up the evidence of, and I quote, told me they got an Addy Go, got the location Go, which are lyrics from the Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy track. They connected it to, I quote, Brick Baby says he would have dropped Quando Rondo's location if Lil Durk had asked him because he's loyal to him. Now all the feds need to do is check the iPhone logs, which save for 10 years.
Why is that? Then it's people like, you lined up somebody from your hood. Like, listen, I didn't. But at the end of the day, what's wrong with giving my friend the address? Oh, this is my boy. He lost his boy. Who did it could be around. 9 times out of 10, had he had asked me, I probably would have been coke if he even asked anybody, if this is even true. But 9 times out of 10, like I said, can I leak a bar?
Sure.
I said, if he make the call right now, I'd up it.
Right.
And if there is any connection of Lil Durk asking for that Addy, it'll be over for Durk. But the arrest of Brick Baby is also very interesting because it was announced Charleston White says he's responsible for Brick Baby being locked up by the feds.
I'm the one that put the feds on Brick Baby. I keep telling you, y'all didn't think I'd be playing. When Brick Baby went to Houston and was playing on the internet and put that $10,000 stack on his head and indirectly said, hey, I got some money on Charleston's head. And he continued to act like he was pursuing me. I made a federal report. First, I called Houston and made the report to Houston, but I did this through my law enforcement friend. So, not only that, we filed a report with the feds in LA, along with the LA County Police. I swear to God.
As Charleston White isn't the biggest fan of Lil Durk either. He was actually happy when Lil Durk was arrested, and he counted it as a victory for the community.
This is a real victory. Now that demonic force was a dark force. It was a dark energy. I think we now finally get to put that fire out. I don't think we'll hear drill music ever again. I don't think drill rappers would ever be celebrated ever again. Down goes the drill. So this is a victory for law-abiding Americans who like hip-hop music but don't like the killing part of it.
But did you know right when Durk was about to be released from jail, his wife India Royale was allegedly caught cheating? It was tweeted, Durk's baby mama India was allegedly seen at a party with her hand on another man's leg. The footage was being released by one of her friends. Screenshots would make it a lot more clear of it happening, where India would even end up reacting in the morning.
The family, do we know you? Yeah, you a grown man. Do y'all remember when men used to like lay concrete, change tires, go to war? Now these niggas on the internet gossiping all day. Like, what's happening?
With this going viral online, 6ix9ine and DJ Academics would give their opinions. Meanwhile, fans believe this could be destroying Lil Durk mentally.
Alright, so you want to bet 10,000 right now that hold on,
Told about some other
we talking about India.
She's a good girl. She's
You met her?
I haven't met her. But,
So why you saying she a good girl? Like,
because I hear the drama about everybody's relationship, and I know any rapper who could say something about me and they got a public girl, I could tell you who your girl off when she was mad at you. Like, I know all of that. I've never heard no dirt about her. Just to keep it a beat. Never heard nothing about her, period.
all right, but she gonna be faithful to the trial.
Yes.
Anything after that?
I mean, you never know how it goes. I mean, if somebody, how does it go if somebody's, again, I'm not wishing upon him, but if he gets life, like, how did that go with your girl? She's supposed to be faithful or no?
With the evidence shared in this video, do you believe Lil Durk will be released from jail, or is he gonna be staying in until trial? Comment down below.